Polyrhythms are a signature of Chopin's musical language, from the humble 3 verses 2s to the palpitation-inducing 22 verses 12s. But of all the composer's various polyrhythms, I would argue that none are as technically complex or emotionally profound as this one. From the climactic final minutes of the famous Fourth Ballad. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at this passage, and to guard against analysis overload, I've enlisted the help of renowned pianist and fellow YouTuber Cordelia Williams, who's going to shed light on how to play it and what it might mean in the broader context of the piece. This intimidating extract can be broken down into 3 increasingly complex rhythmic layers. The first and simplest layer is the 3/2 polyrhythm. Triplet semiquavers in the right hand inner voices, against regular semiquavers in the left hand accompaniment. Now, there's nothing unusual about this type of polyrhythm. It's one that Chopin and many other composers frequently use. But on top of this straightforward first layer is the not so straightforward second layer, which you've probably already spotted. The melodic notes, indicated by upturned stems, occur every 4 triplet semiquavers, creating a sort of hemiola which completely dislocates the soprano line from the musical pulse. This results in the third rhythmic layer. If we look at those moments where the melody and accompaniment align, here, here, and here, a new hidden polyrhythm emerges, 3/8. Alternatively, if we just focus on the bass notes of the accompaniment, then we have a 9/4. Anyway, that's what's going on rhythmically, but how do we approach this passage when it comes to performance? And is an awareness of these layers even useful?
Yes, on to the performance of this rhythm. What's really tricky about these 2 bars is getting the top right-hand melody to sing out smoothly and freely without all these complex polyrhythms that Fred's been unpicking getting in the way and making it sound stilted or awkward. To get to that level of ease and naturalness takes a bit of work, so I'm going to break it down into 3 steps to practice. Number 1. Nailing the 3/2 rhythm. So to start with, just practicing really slowly and calmly, ignoring the top melody of the right hand completely. Then you can alternate your hands by beat. So 1 beat of right hand triplets, 1 beat of left hand duplets. And then the other way round, starting with the left hand. This is a bit of a mind bender at the beginning, but if you can get your head around it, it's really going to help the smoothness of the 2 rhythms to come together. Number 2 is separating out the 2 right-hand voices. So for this, we're just going to work with the right hand, ignore the left hand, ignore the complex polyrhythms. All we're thinking about is how to get the singing melody and the lightness in the underneath part of the right hand. And then you can also practice the top note and then a chord with the inside notes. Last tip for this is to practice with a tremolo in the chord. So it's just to really get this relaxed and fluttering, but still holding the melody strongly. So hopefully if you do all of those things, you will have almost like a split hand. So you'll have the top strong legato melody and then the light fluttering fluid inside part. And number 3 is putting it all together. Only when steps 1 and 2 are feeling completely comfortable and you feel like they're easy, then, only then, should you put your left hand together. Eventually be able to speed it up and try and get the shape, the momentum of the top melody to sort of push forwards. So I don't want to be any more limited to this strict 3/2 pulse. I want it to transcend that now. So Fred asked whether the analysis of all these rhythms is even useful. I think the most useful thing is in understanding the role this passage plays in the structure of the whole piece. Chopin has used this unusual combination of rhythms for a purpose. I think it can tell us something about how to structure the whole work. We go from the whole ballad this far being fairly constant 6/8 pulse, mainly in F minor, to suddenly having this sense of being unanchored. Through the various cross rhythms, the right hand melody is somehow untethered from the pulse and can soar out. So the music right here is taking flight into the rapturous D flat major section that follows, and then the madness of the climax and the coda.
I could play like that. If you want more stunning performances and expert insight, then you should definitely go and subscribe to Cordelia's channel. She's got tons of videos, ranging from technical tips and warm-up routines, to Q&As and Rack 2 video diaries. Go and check it out.